to pay our 3 coaches that qualified us for the World Cup. Because at the time, they were entitled to, yes, qualification bonuses. They asked the ministry said they didn't have money. So the GFA went to a bank, took a loan, and went to pay the 3 coaches $300,000. Didi Dramani, Otuado, and then, of course, George Boateng. Now, after that, they waited for the FIFA money to come. Once the money hits the GFA account, GFA deducted the $300,000 to go and pay it to the bank. That is how come 1.1 million is missing from the money. But is that the entire truth? What are the details of the 800,000 that we owe FIFA? How did we accumulate that much debt over a period from 2016 to 2022? Muftawu Nabila Abdullahi has been on that story for quite a while. But before I even introduce my guest, let's start with this explanation from Henry Asante Chum on, of course, Asempa FM.
40 years of amazing.
The rise of the man.
Standing debts in the sum, and this was fully contained in the letter we sent to the minister. The letter said FIFA has deducted the outstanding debts in the sum of $800,000, 131.23 from 2016 to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar.
Wow.
FIFA since 2016.
Wow.
Including fees.
Okay.
For cautions, flight, accommodation charges. Now the second phase says, we wish to remind you of the payment of $300,000 we took from the bank to pay the 3 Black Stars coaches on behalf of the ministry for qualifying Ghana to the World Cup against Nigeria per their contracts. In this case, the 3 coaches we employed who qualified us to the World Cup had monetary reward or compensation clauses in their contract.
Yeah.
As soon as our qualifier, it kicks in. And there was at that time, ministry said, Sikani niyo, entino, monkope, na monfentua omo.
Monkope bisi entua.
Sikana badon, yate.
That's right. Sikana badon, yate. That's it. It's really that simple. So that's Henry Asante Chum on Asempa FM explaining why $1.1 million was missing in quotes from the World Cup benefit fund that Ghana received from FIFA. So now we know $800,000. FIFA took it before they even sent them the rest. And then once he got to the GFA, they also deducted $300,000 to go and pay that bank loan that they took to pay our coaches for qualifying us to the FIFA World Cup. Muftawu Nabila Abdullahi is here. So is Daniel Kranting and, of course, Sitsofe Philip Atsirim. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Daniel Kranting.
Thank you.
Behave. Gary Al Smith is somewhere in the building. Will be joining us shortly as well. But, guys, before we even continue and do anything, I would like to say a very happy birthday to Muftawu Nabila.
The boy. The CEO.
Muftawu, happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
How old are you today?
I'm a little over 30, almost into
my... You are
my
32 years old.
I'm a little over 30 and almost into my mid-30s. So, yeah.
Almost into your mid-30s.
Yeah.
What is that? So you are 33?
I said I'm almost...
He's in between. He's in between 30 and 35.
You see, don't mention 30 in there. It's closer to 35 than he used to 30.
This guy is 41. So 33 to 35. One of them.
Thank you. Let's start from there. Don't widen the scope too much.
This guy, like, it won't be 35, so it's 33 or 34. Because it's 35. He would say he is mid-30s. No, you see, the 35 is out.
Now you're paying attention to specific words.
Oh, the way did you learn, man? You know media.
Oh, yes.
That's the official birthday. You understand? But we all know
one
that.
Birthday, please.
Relax.
If you born now.
Muftawu filled his birth certificate when he was 6 years old. We know that. So the age plus 6. So if you are 35 right now, you are 41. If you are 34, you are 40. So we could be celebrating a milestone today, but we don't know.
You know why I am satisfied? he has not picked up his phone. Because when he picks up his phone,
He was
he wants to go through numbers.
You know, Muftawu is one of those kids, knowing where he grew up, very similar to the conditions under which I grew up. That's where you have a date of birth, though. But then, growing up, the whole time, your date of birth is 26th June. Okay? But your mother has told you the whole time that you were born on Saturday. Yeah. When you check 26th June,
it doesn't fall on
In fact, they will tell you the day you were born, someone went to the farm to do something, and then something happened.
It's like my mother used to tell me that they gave birth to me when they were just about to start the farming season. After that, how many more years did they start the farming season?
Around that time they were harvesting beans or corn.
But every other year they harvest beans.
That's the very time your uncle came from Kumasi.
That's
yes. That time.
If you are lucky, they tell you that you were born 2 months apart from your cousin who was if your cousin goes missing and you can't find him,
that's the point.
You have to create your own birthday.
In fact, one of my siblings, they said she was born like 3-4 days later. This girl was born, so you are 4 days older than her. So when we know her birth date, then we know your own.
Anyway, welcome to the show, guys. So we'll go through quite a lot. And there's obviously also, one of the things that really caused raised a bit of eyebrows, if I like. Okay, this week and especially yesterday was obviously this particular voice, and I'm not sure where that came from, because listen, guys. Listen, this is the sports minister on the Africa Games.
They are expecting over 5,000 athletes, 3,000 officials, volunteers, 2,000 volunteers, and spectators in thousands. In terms of online and global viewing, we are expecting more than 5 billion because we are partnering with the Olympic Channel as one of the media partners that will be broadcasting the sporting facilities.
The sports ministry, or the sports minister, says the Africa Games, which will take place here in Ghana from March 8 to March 23, 2024, will attract global viewership of up to 5 billion. Okay? And this is because they formed a partnership with the Olympic Channel. Now, the reason people think this is rather ambitious, for want of a better word, is because even the FIFA World Cup had maybe just about 5.9 billion global television viewership from the last competition. The final itself was viewed by 1.5 billion people. The FIFA World Cup final, the biggest single sporting event in the whole world, which is an increase from the 2018 number, which was around 1.1 or 1.2 billion. The Africa Games, which will take place here in Accra, is expected to rake in a viewership of 5 billion.
How many days? Is the African?
What's the population of the world?
The world is 8 billion now.
Yeah,
8 billion.
Close 8 billion thereabouts. So you're looking at only about 3 billion people who will be viewing it. Even the Olympic Channel don't have 20 million subscribers.
They have 11. But you can watch the channel without subscribing.
Viewership is not.
But it sets a premise on which, because you can work numbers off it. What I'm saying is, people who have liked the platform are not even 20 million.
Yeah.
So when we are talking about billions here, so granted that not everybody who subscribes to the channel is coming to watch it on the platform. What metric are you going to use? Is it times 10? Is it times 100? Is it times 20? Are you reaching 5 billion? So that's the premise. So it's not the most popular in terms of the billions channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when he says what's the number of Africans then in the what's the African continent?
Oh, we're about 1.2, 1.3 billion.
We have 1 billion people. Just put it that.
So let's just say all Africans are interested in all
they are
all
not.
African game.
Let's
just say
we can't say that because they are not.
No, but we can say that.
I'm just saying.
Mr. said 5 billion. Say we can't say. We are saying
No,
that.
not that
billion.
one. He says, let's say that the 1 billion is interested in the Africa games, and I'm saying the 1 billion is not.
Realistically, we are not. Let's say ideally. Right, we've got
now even Ghana out of the 30 million. Do you know how many people are interested in that?
So that is how I want us to break it down. So let's just say all of Africans, we are a little over 1 billion. All that 1 billion is watching. That wouldn't be 5 billion. So where is the other audience going to come from? The AFCON numbers, which is, if you like, the biggest sporting
competition on the continent.
AFCON doesn't even hit 1 billion.
That's what I'm saying. What are the numbers? So realistically, 5 billion doesn't add up. However, you choose to make the mathematics.
I think maybe the local organizing committee might have done lots of work before feeding the minister to go and say whatever he said on the floor of parliament.
Yeah,
I honestly think it was just a simple mistake on this.
Or maybe 5 million.
Probably looking at 5 million people.
Because
which is realistic.
5 million is okay.
5 million is okay.
It's not a mistake. It's not. And these are the things. These are the excuses we shouldn't make for people. Don't just throw numbers about like we are children. Somebody put it on the paper for him to go and read. And granted, the sports minister might not necessarily be averse with a lot of these things. So somebody wrote that for him to go and read. That person did him a great disservice. I don't expect the sports minister to know the intricacies of global audience.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he has a team around him. And Muftawu might have hit the nail on the head of where that could be coming from.
Yeah.
You know, and let's not do these things. Okay, let's be realistic. The Africa Games is probably on the continent right now is the weakest continental competition in the whole of Africa.
Yeah,
it is a fact. Nobody cares about the Africa Games.
Towards it even confirms it.
Yes, no, that is true. You know, because they are, in fact, there's a massive conversation ongoing about revamping or rebranding the African games to make it competitive. It's not like maybe the South American Games.
In fact, it's just like even the Commonwealth game, which is also facing challenges.
It's also facing challenges. Because Commonwealth Games can't even get a host. Because Australia, one city in Australia, which one was it? They just pulled out.
Yeah.
That they didn't have money. Because Australia can't host the Commonwealth Games in 2018. Then it goes to... Who hosted the last one? Birmingham. And then the next one is going back to Australia, another Australian city.
Even in Birmingham, till now, there was a lot of dissatisfaction by many people.
Oh,
the facilities they had to put up, the budget, they didn't make sense.
Because on paper, the Africa Games should be massive. It's basically the Olympic Games for African countries.
Yeah.
But you see, scheduling, programming, a lot of things, and then there's even marketing. And then administration, because administratively there's in fact a huge fight between different federations contributed to the delay or the postponement of the games from 2023 to 2024. So it's riddled with lots of problems. Granted, right now the local organizing committee they have a task. They have to deliver the games. We are struggling to meet deadlines. All the facilities for the games were supposed to be handed over before the end of this month. Today is the 22nd. Not a single facility.
There's still time.
Not a single facility has been handed over yet. When are you going to hand it over?
Month, this 22nd, please.
We're on holiday.
We're on holiday.
It depends.
You understand?
If the
contractor is still working?
See, but Teman is not ready.
I passed by Legon.
Legon is not ready.
They are working.
There are students inside diaspora halls, which is what is going to serve as
vacate them. Bro,
they'll vacate. And they'll hand over now.
Yes.
By the end of December.
Yeah. No, we're supposed to test the facilities in February.
But I think it's a match.
Yes.
If the students leave, you get a cleaner space.
Take the keys.
Okay.
The papa will do the clean job.
Relax.
So
you're on track.
Right at the last minute.
Relax.
Can you guys stop being cynical for a bit?
Oh no, but this thing happened AFCON 2008. Last last minute to get the cleaners. Charlie, quick. 2018, the women's AFCON.
Yes. AFCON.
Last 2 days, Charlie, the blue ball. Charlie, quick.
And in fact, it was the game day. They were able to get buses branded to come and start taking.
Yes.
So when we finish less than 2 weeks, the whole thing will crumble.
When again, CAF General Secretary, that was our own man, Assistant Deputy General Secretary.
Yeah, Anthony Baffo.
Anthony Baffo.
Yes.
When he came together and told them, no, this
he said they were not ready.
Yes.
He didn't know his countrymen will work magic.
He took off his tie and said that, do that. And we did it nicely.
And even when he did it, we told him he was not patriotic.
Yes.
When they printed the banners for the panels, no?
The panels.
I was part of the people who were kneeling. They will do it for Mother Ghana.
They'll be nailing pitch panels while the football match is ongoing.
I'm telling you.
If the ball goes out there, you tell them, hey, wait.
The day we'll be doing the opening ceremony,
we'll
we'll still be working behind us. We'll go at the back and be working on something.
Well, for the today, in fact, later today or tonight, the local organizing committee is launching a soundtrack for the games.
Very necessary.
We are launching then so that when we come to this show, we'll play it.
Yeah, very necessary.
Yes, we'll play it for them and
And
promote
they are
it.
doing an event to launch the sound.
Yes, at World Trade Center.
If I would do the committee to.
No, the committee. So, like I said, they're trying their best. Okay, they're trying their best. We will try our best to support the games.
Yeah.
You know, we love multi-sport events. But I think one thing that has to be said before we move on to the next thing is this: delivering the games in terms of infrastructure is one thing, but delivering quality participation is another. Quality organization
It's one thing.
is one thing. Quality participation is another.
That's the quality of athletes who are going to be.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are scrambling all around the place. So far, all we've talked about is the quality
Of organization.
We want to deliver infrastructure. We are all desperate. Everybody's concerned. Are we going to be ready?
We don't know.
Nobody has mentioned anything about the athletes we are taking to the competition. We have to have football teams, male and female. Which teams are we taking? We don't know. We have to have athletes. Where are the athletes? We don't know. We have to take boxers. Are they camping? No. We have to take cricket players. We have to take table tennis, squash, swimming.
Yeah.
Nobody
Triathlon.
is prepared. Nobody is preparing athletes as we speak. We want to wait. When it is 2 weeks to the competition, then we will call them. Then we'll call press conference. Then we'll announce that Africa Games, if we win gold medal, $5,000, silver medal, $3,000.
That money will come in 2042.
Thank you. No investment in training, no investment in preparation. They will go and promise heaven and earth, knowing full well that they will not deliver. And if by sheer magic one of them delivers too, the money will come
2042.
What is the meaning of this? So please, there is time. At the start of the year is 3 months, well, 2 months, because the games start March 8th. So we don't have 3 months next year. We basically have 2 months to prepare for the competition. It has to start right from January. Come the boxers, the tennis players, the table tennis players. Team Ghana. In fact, that's the point. Black Stars have decided they want to go to South Africa.
For AFCON camping.
Oh,
but the AFCON camping is in the newsroom. It's here, next door, no.
So that's that on the Africa Games. We wish them all the best. And hopefully when the song comes out, we'll come and play to our audience and ask them if it is nice. You know it's Ghana. We are going to
nice.
They go ask you, is it yes or nay? Which one? All
right. Let's move on. Muftawu, Nabila, Abdullahi. Remember, of course, game plan here brought to you by Petrosol as well as, of course, Betway. And, I'll tell you a bit more about them later. But Petrosol, this Christmas, you're spending a lot of time in traffic. Make sure you're burning quality fuel, which will burn slowly, of course. And you can save yourself some money. You don't want to add car maintenance to your issues. Okay, so take no risk in times like this. All you need is value for your money. Look no further. Drive to the next Petrosol fuel station for your clean, accurate quantity fuel suitable for new technology vehicles as well. Be a happy customer. Fill with smiles. Drive more miles and save some money. Petrosol, your clean fuel your clean quality fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. The show is live on our YouTube page, of course, Joy FM's YouTube page. You can also find us streaming on Twitter Spaces. So You can listen to us from there. If you're listening to us from your radio, thank you for choosing to spend the time here with us. Let's go to our next issue. If you want to contribute to the conversation, the number is 055 1111997 on WhatsApp, 055 1111997. And then, of course, you can also send me a message on Twitter using the hashtag GamePlan on Twitter. Muftawu Nabila Abdullah, for weeks we've asked the question, Sikano Wahi, where's the money? Finally, we have an answer. Henry says the 1.1 million is accounted for as follows: 800,000 deducted by FIFA for monies that we owe FIFA from 2016 up to 2022, and then 300,000 to go and pay a bank loan that we acquired to pay our national team coaches qualification bonus. You've been nosing around. What is the breakdown of the money we owe FIFA? 800,000. How does the debt go so far back?
Fentuo, I'm yet to get a response from the Ghana Football Association since I wrote to them.
Wow.
I also sent them a reminder after writing to them. The reminder was just to let them know that, I've written to you seeking for some information. In fact, I sent that reminder, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Then on Thursday, Henry was on a Semper where he made those revelations. First of all, I think the major satisfaction is that when Joy Sports reported that the GFA declared $7.9 million, Henry has confirmed, because he said it's 7.889. So if we do the rounding, that's a 7.9 million. So indeed, it was a fact that they declared $7.9 million to the government of Ghana and to the members of the football family, which is exactly what Joy Sports reported. And again, is in his explanation, he said that the Ghana Football Association owed FIFA from 2016 to date. It is an area I found quite weird, and some of these things, when they come up, you also need to do some bit of cross-checking. Yeah. So when he mentioned, I've had to do a bit of background checking. And Fentuo, it would interest you to know that between 2016 and 2022, the Ghana Football Association received not less than $9 million from FIFA.
FIFA forward funds, right?
FIFA forward funds.
Wow.
Between 2019 and 2022, the Ghana Football Association received $4.8 million from FIFA.
$4.8 million from FIFA between 2019 and 2022.
Thank you for the emphasis, Dan.
For the emphasis, yeah. Within 3 years, yes.
And the first
let's just point out that the Ghana Football Association is actually entitled to 6 million every 4 years.
Yes.
6 million every 4 years. 500,000 each year is meant for only running the FA office.
Everything else is
the rest of the money are based on performance and appraisals and here.
So you mentioned a 9 million, Muftawu.
Yeah, it's about 9 million between 2016 and 2022. It's about $9 million.
And then you broke it down.
That's a 6-year period.
Yeah, that's like a 6-year period.
Okay.
That's like a 6-year period.
And then 19 to 2022 alone.
19 to 2022 alone is about $4.8 million.
That's what they got from FIFA.
That's what they got
I
from
want to clarify
FIFA.
something. Hang on, please, if I may.
Yeah, please do.
So the first figure, that is around 9 million,
Yes.
was between 2016 to 2022.
Yes.
You're looking at a 6-year period.
Like a 6-year period, yes.
Now you're also mentioning that there's about 4 million. There's
4.8 million.
Almost 5 million.
Yes.
In a 3-year period between 2019 and
2022.
Now this 4.9 million.
Yes.
Is it good? Is it
4.8 million.
He's not going to explain what that
4.8 million
as
The
against the
4.8
debt.
million.
Yes.
No, I'm looking at, you see, he's first mentioned 2 dates, but one of those two set of years.
Yes.
But one of these years falls within the first one he's mentioned.
Yes.
And it's mentioned a figure.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if the 3 years he mentioned between 2019 2023, you can subtract that money from all that.
You can.
That thing
You
is
can.
Right.
I'm actually going to do that.
Yeah,
So it's not two different
Yes.
money.
You know, the FIFA forward
Teacher, I feel
program.
like you're jumping the gun. He was going in a certain direction.
I'm going on that
I
trajectory.
just want to clarify.
Yes.
Then go
So
on,
the
I get it.
FIFA forward money
Fire away,
actually
my brother.
started when Gianni Infantino came into office,
Right.
where they started giving member associations money for their activities, right? So between 2016 to the time the normalization committee came into office, to Keto Kriko and Co came into office, Ghana was able to get about 83% of the money due Ghana from FIFA, right? And between 2019 and 2022, Ghana got 4.8 million, which is about 71% of the money Ghana was due to be given by FIFA from the forward money.
Right.
Okay, so this brings me to the point where the communications director of the Ghana Football Association, Harry Asante-Chum, says that Ghana owed FIFA a little over $800,000 between 2016 and 2022. The major question I want to ask is, if Ghana had not qualified for the World Cup, FIFA wouldn't have taken their money due us?
Scandalous.
When between that period,
They were
they've
giving us
also
money.
paid monies to Ghana.
Within that period, they've given money to Ghana.
So why didn't
it's-
they take the money
It's
from
a fair
that,
question.
that transaction to Ghana there?
Yes. So why did they not take the money that was due Ghana from the forward money? Because if you decide that,
Why didn't they take the money Ghana owed them from
yes,
the forward money?
from the forward money, but they decided that they will wait for us to qualify for a World Cup. They will give us prize money, and they will take it from that.
That's an interesting question.
That-
but
that-
also, Henry said that apart from the 9 million that we received for our participation in the 2022 World Cup, we also received $25,000 for our participation in the
2020
qualifiers of the 2018 World Cup.
2018.
So then we can also ask the question, inferring from your first question, we can also say why did FIFA?
In fact,
Hold on.
I'm asking
why did
many
FIFA not
questions.
add that money all these years?
Yes, I am asking many questions.
Okay.
And I'm building up points.
Okay.
So he said,
Let him flow.
and there's a possibility that that could have been a genuine mistake,
Which one?
where he said that on 31st June, an official of the Ghana Football
31st
Association...
what?
June. An official of the Ghana Football Association traveled. I'm wondering, June has 30 days.
30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the
So
rest have
Muftawu,
31.
to answer that question,
And I'm saying it could have been a
somebody-
genuine
no,
mistake.
To answer your first question, why didn't they deduct the money from all the forward money?
Yes.
Someone sent a message that says that the FIFA forward regulations, monies released to the associations cannot be liable to competition deductions. So the competition deduction that he's talking about is probably is the FIFA World Cup money. So therefore, if monies owed FIFA were monies accumulated over
From
competitions or for competitions,
Hang on.
that cannot be deducted
Hang on.
from.
That, what the person has said, I disagree entirely.
But why? Maybe it's not up to
Let me tell
opinion.
you,
Maybe
let me
that's the
no,
regulation.
No, I disagree.
No,
I disagree with the
hold
person.
on.
First, hold on,
I get
Fentuo.
it. No,
Henry says an official of the FA traveled, and FIFA took care of the cost. If an official of the FA decides to travel, FIFA took care of the cost. Why is it being attached to
The competition money.
competition money?
maybe
They said-
hold on, maybe the
he
purpose
said-
of travel. What about the purpose of travel?
He said
What if the purpose of travel?
he mentioned now the followers name for making several trips. Were they on competitions?
You never know. Yes, maybe
Maybe
they were related to the FIFA World Cup.
You
Why
see,
not?
competition training.
You see,
Yes.
Because there
You
are
see-
workshops organized prior competitions.
Yes, that.
Not every member
if
association
you are
has-
going for a FIFA workshop, it is FIFA's responsibility to take care of that.
Yeah, there is that too.
It is FIFA's responsibility, right?
So you're
So-
saying that
so
there are trips. Hold on. You're saying that there are some expenses.
Yes.
That you believe are unrelated to the competition,
They are entirely unrelated.
and you.
For instance,
Yes.
I talk about the under 17 national team
Okay.
going for a competition. If the under 17 national team qualifies for a competition, per what Henry said, the under 17 national team participation was a debt of about $16,000. Under 20 was about $8,000. I can understand that because it has to do with competition. But when an official of the FA makes a trip
Yes.
and FIFA decides that I'm going to take it from your competition money, I find it a bit weird. And it's just a genuine question I'm asking. I'm not saying that the FA has done anything, and this has always been the number one position since the publication came out. It's just to have an understanding of the disparity.
Okay.
Again, he mentioned a loan that the Ghana Football Association took on behalf of the ministry to pay as performance bonuses to the coaches.
Yes.
In any case, if FIFA was to send us $7.9 or $7.8 million, just as he mentioned, right? If they are to deduct that $300,000 out of that money FIFA sent, then they wouldn't be presenting $7.8 or $7.9 million.
That's not what he said. He said, listen, let's just hold on. He says we were entitled to 9 million.
Yes.
Out of the 9 million, FIFA took 800,000.
Yes.
For debt that we owe them.
Yes.
Now, after that,
yes,
because this was a letter that this was a letter that the General Secretary of the FA wrote to the ministry.
Yes.
Attached with details of the money they were sending to them from FIFA.
That's what he said.
Yes. So he said, he said, one, we are sending you, he said, we are sending you 7.9 million. And the reason we are sending you 7.9 million is this. One, FIFA took 800,000. Two, 300,000 has also been taken to pay the coaches. So therefore, you take 7.9.
But even that aspect of the explanation, I wish, maybe, I don't know if he explained, but in that conversation that I listened to, he said, Yati, whoever did the deduction, I don't know it was the FA or it was FIFA.
No, let's assume it's the FA because
you cannot assume that.
No, we have to because the inference is that he said it was specific. Yes, he said when the coaches qualified and they went to the ministry. No,
but there was a background to that.
Please play the voice again.
Okay.
Yes,
but before that he said, hold on.
And this was fully contained in the letter we sent to the minister. The letter said FIFA has deducted the outstanding debts in the sum of $800,000, 131.23 from 2016 to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar.
Wow.
That is Oman near the FIFA Cup since 2016.
Wow.
Including fees.
Okay.
For cautions, flight, accommodation charges. Now the second phase says, we wish to remind you of the payment of $300,000 we took from the bank to pay the 3 Black Stars coaches on behalf of the ministry for qualifying Ghana to the World Cup against Nigeria per their contracts. In this case, the 3 coaches we employed who qualified us to the World Cup had monetary reward or compensation clauses in their contract.
Yeah.
As soon as our qualify, it kicks in. And there was at that time, ministry said, Sikani niyo, entino, monkope, na monfentua omo.
Monkope bisientua.
Sikana badon, yati.
All right, so it's really that simple. He's not saying that they did it.
No, Fentuo, wait.
Yes.
Skana bano, yati. The Yatino, is it the GFA who deducted?
Yes, they went to take the loan. Of course. So that's why I said, okay, it's not even an inference. Now it's a fact. That's what he says.
So that's why I want us to have a clear understanding of something.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
If FIFA deducts $800,000 from Ghana's World Cup prize money, FIFA would have sent Ghana Football Association $8.2 million.
Okay. And then FIFA
and then the FA will now deduct the $300,000
to be left with 7.9
and to be left with 7.9,
which is where we are.
So
right.
So which is where we are right now because he's confirmed that indeed they sent 7.9.
So what's the issue?
Relax. Let me do
I'm
the clarification.
I'm listening.
When you are interjecting like that, you don't allow the conversation to flow.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. So I want to see the issue.
So if $8.2 million came to the Ghana Football Association, right, from FIFA. Clear. That point is well noted. The FA decided they are going to take $300,000. Right. So they are explaining to the ministry that you asked us to go and take a loan of $300,000 and pay the coaches as for qualifying us to the World Cup.
Right.
Point well established. However, let's not also forget one thing. Prior to Ghana going for the World Cup, there were many sponsorships. One of such sponsorships came from one of the telecom giants of this country, which was $2 million. Let's get one thing clear. that $2 million was never used to pay the coaches their performance qualification bonus.
No.
Why? Because there was an agreement with the Ministry of Youth and Sports to use that money to make that payment.
There was
an agreement.
You've cited the agreement.
There was an agreement to use that money. And in any case, Fentuo, when
you do know that we qualified in March.
Yes.
And that contract with MTN was signed, if I'm not mistaken,
late
in the year. So I'm sure by that time
it was signed late in the year and you've gone to take.
So they should have taken the money to go and pay the loan back.
Take the money and go and pay the money back.
I get your point.
In any case, Fentuo, Henry said that they wrote to the minister on June 14.
Yes.
Right. Was it early on this week when Koraneng Mensah was on the floor of Parliament? Right. We can say this because it is his words. He said the minister said he will liaise with the Ghana Football Association and provide the details. So the minister has had these details since June 14.
Yes.
But Parliamentary Select Committee miss him, and he tells the Parliamentary Select Committee that I will liaise with the GFA and get you those details.
So, in other words, what you're saying is that if indeed
the minister had the details, why is that his own colleagues at Parliament are asking for the details and says he's not going to go and
maybe he didn't share.
Can I ask?
And he never read it.
Maybe he read it, but he just didn't share.
And he never read it.
No, he read it, but he just didn't share.
I want to ask Muftawu a question for clarity. How much money came into the country from FIFA to the GFA?
Well, when I wrote to FIFA, and you were all here when Fentuo read our email, FIFA said the sum received by the Ghana Football Association, and the word received was highlighted by FIFA, right, could be found in page 219 of the FIFA Financial Report 2022. In the FIFA Financial Report 2022, it was 9 million.
So hold on.
The amount credited, in fact, I'm using other words, same words. All those words were FIFA's words. The amount credited to the Ghana Football Association is in page 219 of the FIFA Annual Report.
How much was it?
Which is 9 million.
Okay.
So if FIFA decides to highlight the word received.
No, hang on. I asked the question. I want to build up from there. So if the GFA received 9 million,
yes,
the amount that was credited to the GFA was 9 million.
Yes.
It means deduction wasn't done at crediting?
At FIFA's level.
At FIFA's level. Are you following me? Because if the GFA says...
I am following.
If the GFA
However,
says...
the reason I don't want to go on that tangent is we haven't seen how much exactly hit the GFA's account.
Yes.
No.
Which is what
so
Parliament has asked for.
Yes.
But the GFA's email, the assumption is that the money that came to them was minus the 800,000.
No, but
GFA has not sent an email.
No, not email. Harriet's explanation.
Yes. Listen. So
it was 9 minus 800. Harriet's explanation. There's no other way to understand it. It says FIFA took 800,000.
I get it. But what Muftawu is saying is the money due Ghana. Because what you said there is that the money the GFA received.
Yes.
Right.
The sum received, and FIFA highlighted the word received.
The sum received, and the sum credited. We are looking at 9 million. It's not looking at money due Ghana. Post the World Cup is this. Then post that you can. The words there are very crucial.
Yeah.
In accounting terms, when I say Fentuo received this, that is the money that has come to you. That is what you've received.
It's not due.
It's not due. It's not. If I say post the World Cup, just the World Cup, you are due 9 million. However, you received 8 million. Then we can start asking how come.
All right.
But when we say you received 9 million, we are talking about a different thing. But the question again I want to ask is, if the FA made the money Muftawu mentioned in the 3 years and the 5 years, the 9 million, the 4.8 million, how on earth were you not able to, out of that, pay our coaches until the World Cup money came?
The FIFA forward money is for specific purposes.
Yeah.
One, FIFA, you have about $300,000 or $500,000 for administrative expenses. Right. And the other aspect of the money is for you to tell FIFA specifically you have project A, B, C you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
When that is approved, FIFA have an office in Abidjan. It is the Abidjan's office that is in charge of supervising all FIFA forward money projects. in sub-Saharan Africa, or their member federations that are in the continent.
I get that.
So that money is for specific purposes.
That one that you get it.
Once it's the forward money, I know
that is why we're able to access only 71% of that money.
Right.
Yeah.
So that
and to be fair to the GFA, they are one of the highest earners from the FIFA forward money in terms of access to the money.
No,
they are one of them.
In the recent one, as many as 8 African countries had 100% access. Ghana was one of the lowest, 71%.
How is that low? You said only
it's
8
the lowest
countries.
because I have the document on my phone.
Yes, and I'm saying that. I'm saying that there are 53 member associations in CAF. Okay, only 8 got 100%.
So we're in top 10.
No,
hold on.
Hold on. That if 8 got 100%, what about those who had 90?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the next number is 71. It probably has 90. People had 90. People had 80. And if you had another 10, another 8 having 90.
But Muftawu has the document. He can easily tell us where we rank.
No, I can easily tell you that.
Where we rank.
I have the document here. Okay. So just give me a moment so that I'll be able to share with you the positioning of the member countries.
No, Ghana, yes.
No, like I said, Ghana had 71%.
We heard that, but how does
the previous administration was able to access 83% of that money? The FIFA forward money.
Okay, Muftawu.
Yes,
thank you.
so
you find it for me.
Yeah, so I'm going through the document right now, and I'll be sharing that with you just in a moment. Okay.
You haven't found it, have you?
Yeah, almost. I'm almost there. It's quite a big document that FIFA shared.
All right, while you look for it, a reminder to our listeners that this is 99.7 Joe FM. If you are listening to us on 103.9, this is Hits FM Game Plan on from now till 3 p.m. Your messages are welcome, 055-111-1997. We need to move on to other issues because there's quite a lot for us to discuss. Dreams FC and Midyama Sporting Club having a bit of contrasting fortunes in Africa, and the Midyama started well. Well, I can't necessarily say they started well. They lost their first game, then they recovered well in the next 2 matches, and then things are falling apart yet again. Dreams FC, on the other hand, back-to-back victories against Lobito. And what a goal from Aziz, the youngster, whose name is not in the 55-man squad, by the way, which was another really strange decision. But yeah, Daniel said the last time that everybody's beating Lobito. But yeah, sure, everybody's beating Lobito.
But they are in the group.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You beat who's in front of you.
You beat who is in front of you. But right now, Dreams FC, they have 2 more matches left.
Yes,
one win. Draw.
A draw.
Fentuo, I'm here. So Egypt 95%.
Where do we rank?
Djibouti 90. No, FIFA they will not give you specific numbers.
So Muftawu, count to where Ghana is and tell me.
No.
Let's
Can
move
you
it on.
count the number of percentage that are more than 71? Just that.
Okay,
that's all.
Percentage that are more than 71.
Yes, don't count it on air. Do it and tell me.
When you are done, let us know.
Thank you, Sitsofe. Muftawu Nabila Abdullahi. All right. Brief word on Dreams FC. Dream campaign, dream start. They have a right to dream, and the dream is on.
And they should keep dreaming, because your first time ever in African on the continent interclub competition. I
don't think we actually give them enough credit, to be honest.
Personally, I do, because I absolutely appreciate what they are doing, right? And Aminu Shadow and his team are doing a fantastic job on the continent. They've got 9 points now. 9 points out of a possible 12.
Yeah, they lost 1 and won 3.
Lost only 1 game. Nobody really thought Dreams were even going to be around this time of the competition. We were going to be speaking about the possibility of Dreams getting into the knockout stages. But here they are with 2 games. If they get the results, depending upon other games as well, they could very much be walking into the knockout stage. And listen, they should keep dreaming and keep doing what they are doing. They've been amazing. And Coach Karim Zito, what a guy. What a guy.
Friends, you see, I don't think this is it's not a normal thing. This is
an outlier.
It's an outlier. This is a team that this is their debut competition in Africa. They've never been in this terrain before. Never. This is the first time. They've gone through the qualifying rounds, gone to the group stages. They are currently second in the group. I think they are just a point to be enough.
Yeah,
I think a point to be enough. But let's just say a win.
A win, yeah.
A win away from making the knockout rounds. And this is epic, because you see, if you look at the playing body and you look at the squad, just about less than 15% of the players have African experience.
Yes.
Or continental experience. So this is different, and you see, it's credit to the technical team, credit to the handlers of the team. Those are the administrative members, because they themselves, I don't think, have been in this terrain before. Have been on this terrain before. So it's something that is really commendable. For me, even Midiama, I don't really mind where Midiama are in. But the fact that they are still competitive at this point really proves that, look, they've really put in a lot of work, and I'm really, really happy for Dreams FC and for the Aziz boy. Look, that goal is next level. When he did it, you look at his age and it just reminds you of Fatah Isahaku. It's like young boy.
You're right.
Hit it with his left foot just to it was behind the center line, and that vision and the arrogance to take the shot from that distance, trusting your technique, trusting your ability, knowing that if I hit it, it could go in. And then to get it to hit the back of the net, look, that was
ridiculous.
There are many talents who would hit it from there and to not even pass. It will go to through.
What's special about that? It's not a one-off. It's something that we've become accustomed to with his game, because he's shown it in the Ghana Premier League and now in Africa. And their next game at home to Club Africain, crucial,
massive.
You know? And after that, they go and play River State United. So, all the best to them. They should keep dreaming, and I think they can do it.
I have said this before on this show, that I have not been the biggest fan of Karim Zito, but then year in, year out, he keeps coming back, and he
Karim
keeps.
Zito, if you don't like Karim Zito, then you don't like him.
No, you don't understand.
Being this fan doesn't mean you don't like him.
Muftawu, how did you jump to that?
I have to jump Abdul Karim Zito. The man is the most underrated coach we have in this country.
So that makes my point for me. That perhaps I was one of those people that underrated him. So it's not an offense. Listen, I didn't like. Ask Daniel, he will tell you we have documented disagreements about Karim Zito. No, yes, it's true.
I remember the insult I got on social media.
Yes,
when I was always behind Karim Zito.
But I have said it exactly, and I have said here many times that
people are not fans of Pep Guardiola.
Thank you.
Oh yes.
It doesn't mean you don't like him.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan of Eric Ten Hag.
It doesn't mean you don't like him. Because Zito,
I'm not a fan of Anthony.
Year in, year out, Dreams FC will bring different coaches. They will bring different people. They will come and mess up. Zito will come and sweep under and clean everything, recycle the team. Then they'll give it to another coach. Then they'll mess up. Zito will sweep in again, save the day. And listen, man, he has my respect.
Thank you. Your numbers. Let me just give you your numbers because maybe your listeners. 42 countries have
higher percentages than Ghana.
Yes, have higher percentages than Ghana.
So we have 52. We have 50 words. 54 countries.
Yeah.
And 42 of them are better off.
Yes.
Oh no. Charlie,
that's why.
And Morocco 100%, Rwanda 100%, South Sudan 100%. So
they're all making more money than Ghana.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I can also tell you about the whole. The global impact of the FIFA Forward fans so far in the entire member associations of FIFA, all of them combined, right? All of them combined, FIFA has only approved about 66% of the projects that countries have brought to them. So, in other words, only 66% of the entire FIFA Forward money has been accessed by member associations. So on the average, we've accessed more than the average. So I mean,
but the thing is that, it's quite an interesting one. When you go to other continents, right, like UEFA, like CONMEBOL, when you go to those areas, it's 100%.
Let me just take you to continental. All right, CAF, for example. A total available funds for CAF from 2016 to 2022 is $770 million. The total approved is 604 million. 63% of the funds have been approved. 85 million more is remaining. So CAF has done quite well. 144 million projects have been, or worth of projects have been approved, and $85 million more is waiting at FIFA for CAF countries to approve. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so you look at the member associations with the highest number.
Eswatini 100.
Yes. You can see them.
Ethiopia 100, Rwanda 100.
How much is 100%?
Morocco 100. So 100% of the money is 100% for Eswatini is $7 million. 100% for Ethiopia is $7 million.
And we had 71%. How much was that for?
So Ghana's money was $6.8 million with FIFA. And
I've just clicked on Ghana. All right. Let me just give you the total figure.
Yeah.
We are entitled to 10.7 million US dollars that we can access and use to do projects for our football. That GFA can access from 2016 to 2022. Yesika 10.7 million is at FIFA waiting for us to come and access and use it for project. Would you believe how many in total during that period that we have been able to access?
How much?
We have been able to access. In fact, we have only done 6 approved projects in that period. 6 approved projects. All right.
It's a borehole part.
Of course, it's part. The boreholes are part.
And
Sure.
footballs.
The boreholes are part. And listen to this. Out of those 6 approved projects, we have been able to access 2.1 million.
Out of the 10 million that
Out
we
of
could
10 million so far.
Out of the 10 million we could have accessed for projects.
Yes. This is for projects. Okay. For approved projects.
Yeah.
For approved projects. And this is the breakdown. All our projects have gone into infrastructure. We've spent 1,057,000 in infrastructure. Capacity building, we've spent 0. Competition, we've spent 0. National teams and subventions, $0. I'm looking at live interactive data.
National team subventions.
Exactly. And this is data as of 21st September 2022.
And this is data I have as of 22nd November.
Okay. So yours will
So operational cost
be.
for Ghana is $3.25 million.
That's how much we've taken for operational costs.
Yes.
You're telling me you can't take 300,000 and pay coaches for that?
God damn. No, that one they say it's for salaries and running the FA office.
Travel and
The
equipment.
coaches didn't work for who?
Government of Ghana.
So you can't take 300,000, pay them and take your money from government when the money comes. You go bank.
But I think GFA has done that a few times, right?
Yeah.
They've paid even national team
That is
players
what I'm
and
s-
stuff
that is what
from
I'm
their
saying.
own money.
Yes, and later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
It
fact,
has
no,
happened.
there was one they couldn't retrieve.
Yeah.
So
The
it
GFA have.
It became
no,
an
they-
issue. That was another time they say
no,
the
it's
ministry
true.
owed the
The
GFA over $1 million.
They do.
They
The GFA has been doing some. They've done some. They use their own money to do this thing.
So thank you.
All right, Muftawu, let's move on.
Project cost, just briefly.
Okay.
Project cost for Ghana. Wow, interesting. In the year 2022 and between 2019 and 2022, project cost here for FIFA is 0. Operational cost is $3.25 million. COVID relief funds stages 1 and 2 is $750,000. Travel and equipment cost it's $800,000, and in total $4.8 million.
So the most important things, we are not spending the money there. That is that's an issue. It's a place that GFA can improve on, and I think admittedly they need to work on that.
0.
Obviously,
But Fentuo, just the last one.
there's no last one there.
We have exercised RTI to get the information from the FA.
No problem. All right, so we've talked about Dreams FC and their amazing dreams. They'll keep dreaming on. Hopefully, they can qualify. They have the same number of points as Club African, the team they face next. And hopefully, if they get a victory there, they would be true to the knockout phases of the CAF Confederation Cup. That would be amazing achievement, and it would be great for Ghana football. Obviously, Mediama Sporting Club are not out of the Champions League yet themselves, so they still have a chance. With 2 games left, if they win the 2 games, they will be through to the next round. So it's not all done and dusted for them either. Anyway, so there's that. We'll switch the conversation up a little bit and talk about Super League and all the issues around it, and then we'll wrap up with Chris Hughting and why the Black Stars are favourites to win the AFCON. He didn't say we are just the favourites. He says we're one of the favourites. All right. But is he being realistic here, or is he being a little delusional? That's something we will talk about here on the show. Your messages are welcome, 055-111-1997. If we have some time, we'll open phone lines towards the end of the show, and you can contribute as well. Do keep your dial here, 103.9 Hits FM and 99.7 Joy FM.
Our football fans wanted more, and Sporty TV is here on a new HD Plus channel to give you football and more. See selected weekly fixtures from the EPL, Bundesliga, Serie A, Saudi Pro League, Spanish Super Cup, DFB Pokal, EFL, and so much more in HD quality pictures on Sporty TV channel 152. The football you care about is here in HD. Subscribe for 12 months at 290 Ghana cedis only. Call 0242-439872 for more information. HD Plus. See it, feel it, feel it.
Introducing Pick 4 from Game Pack Games, the easiest lottery to play and win. Pick 4 numbers from 0 to 9 up to 3 times a day to become one of our daily winners. More moolah, more power. Play online at www.gamepackgames.com or dial *946# to play. Game Pack Games is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Pick 4 from Game Pack Games. More moolah, more power.
National Health Insurance. Mene ma ole no yowani ohia helachamo insurance olue lelen helachamo insurance olue wo chufan sort to ife ohai enumo ahinyoji insurance olue buo wo hikajo helai babao ahi ekoji beke bi ashi cancer ni fear of fo dan ke hime helai insurance olue wo nyojin fe ni komusumo ke emlinsaji ni ke ofotetepo kachon gbejiano to sort to ni ake fole kaimo ake owo nyomokokra keji oyi afi nyomai paokese ka aha mokokra lakapo Gmo my NHIS app keja Google Play Store low App Store low ya NHIS richu moheni bankable ke hawamo yegbejiano to fe ano cha 054 444 6447 low 0302 74 6447 Kabinia na chomu NHIS bechomo ke ha hiwale papa US8 jimeni ngo adafitra ne ha
Welcome to December Joy, where the joy of Christmas lives. We kicked it off with a grand finale of the Joy FM Loyal Listener Promo, where Sarah Agbe emerged the most loyal listener of Joy FM 2023 with an all-expense-paid trip to Dubai.
The Joy Christmas Hour with Doreen Andor goes live on air from the 11th through to the 22nd of December. Stay tuned for all the details. And then comes the Joy FM Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols at the Labadi Beach Hotel on the 17th of December. Make sure you get an invite.
Come the 18th of December, we will bring you the festive edition of the Health and Wellness series. You don't want to miss our special Christmas Day broadcast, where hot meals will be dispatched to the homes of some families who really need it.
And yes, we are family. I'm bad at singing, so help me. You surely must be at the Joy FM Family Party in the Park on the 26th of December 2023 at the Ibri Botanical Gardens. It will be a big, joyous family affair. We have you truly covered this Christmas. Christmas is joy.
And joy is Christmas. We wish you a joyous Christmas.
Hey, close up. Ever fresh air, ever fresh air. Ever fresh air, ever close up.
All new Close Up Everfresh. Wait, Charlie, what's new?
It now has a triple fresh formula that cleans, protects, and cools. Thanks to a powerful combination of 1, a purifying gel, 2, an antibacterial mouthwash formula, 3, ice cool crystals that cleans, fights up to 99% bacteria, and intensely cools. Fresh breath keeps you protected and fresh long after brushing. Close Up Triple Fresh formula. cleanse, protect, and cools. Close Up Everfresh. Grab yours now.
This advert is FDA approved.
There's going to come a time that the church will rise as the highest of all the mountains, and saviors will be raised in the church to deal with the world system. And let it be now. We need to have a national focus. We don't have to lose this ambition, or else we work against the Great Commission.
They are equipped in righteousness, the agenda to possess the nations. Welcome to an equipping center of the word and prayer on Pentecost Hour. Pentecost Hour comes to you on Joy 99.7 FM, 1:30 p.m. every Sunday.
Joy 99.7 FM.
We are back. This is 99.7 Joy FM, hits 103.9 FM. The show is Game Plan. We are on from now till 3 p.m. So 30 more minutes to delve into some other very important issues. Show proudly sponsored by Petrosol. Every drop matters, just as every penny count. Just go to any Petrosol fueling station and buy your clean, accurate quantities fuel suitable for new technology vehicles. Be a happy customer, filled with smiles, drive more miles, and save more money. Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Also, this Christmas at Furniture City, of course, is your home of quality furniture and the largest furniture shop in Ghana. And they're inviting you and your entire family to make this Christmas a memorable one from today till the 24th of December. That's up to Sunday. Enjoy up to 25% discount on all items. All right. You can find Furniture City at number 77 Spintex Road, 200 meters from the Flower Pot Runabout and opposite City Ceramica. Go to their Facebook page, Furniture City Ghana Limited. You can also visit their website, furniturecityghana.com, or call them 0244 213333. Furniture City, your home of quality furniture. All right. Your home of quality furniture. Go there. 25% discount. You only have up until Sunday to do that. All right. Also, the Three of the Luckiest is here. Join your community on this journey to uncover the magic of luck. To get started, simply dial *712# on your mobile phone. Choose option 1 to buy a ticket for yourself from the menu. Next, kindly choose option 2, which allows you to buy your preferred ticket. The next step involves entering the ticket number. Ensure it falls within the range of 0 to 99 and then 999 from your community. After selecting your preferred ticket, you have an option to choose the quantity you would like to purchase, increasing your chances of winning. Confirm your purchase in the next menu. In the final step, you will receive a prompt from the service provider to deduct the cost directly from your mobile money wallet. Enter your PIN to confirm the payment, and voila, luck is with you. Purchase your ticket today. The final draw is on the 23rd. That's tomorrow, live on Stoneboy's Beam concert. The luckiest, luck is everywhere. This festive season as well, DSTV in collaboration with Electromart has a perfect Christmas gift for everyone. Buy an LED TV 55-inch and above from any Electromart outlet and get a free DSTV decoder with 1 month subscription at no additional cost. Christmas go biwa this year. Enjoy the action from the Premier League, especially with the great games coming up on Boxing Day. Watch our exciting drama and movie content across Aquaba Magic and all our movie channels. Don't miss out on this unmissable deal. If you want to place another call, 0552 755 456, 0552 755 456. Terms and conditions, of course, apply. DSTV, it's your moment. Ifia is performing this Christmas period, and it's going to be an amazing concert. D's Dreamworld Ghana is presenting Ifia live on Saturday. That's tomorrow at the Accra International Conference Center. The tickets are going for 200 Ghana cedis. VIP is 350, VVIP is 500. Just dial star 714 star 600 hash to buy your tickets. Live Connect and Gingham Entertainment, our partners and media partners, of course, Joy FM and Joy Prime. IfiaLive.com is the place to be for more information. Party in the Park is also here. Joy FM's Christmas party. Come, let's have fun at the Ebri Botanical Gardens. All right. Tickets are going for a cool 200 Ghana cedis for a family of 6. That's a lot of people for just 200 Ghana cedis. You can buy your tickets here at the front desk of Joy FM. I saw some people there buying tickets. Giddy. Make ticket reservations as well on 0559 691 797, 0559 691 797, or use the short code star 714 star 003 star 3 hash, star 714 star 003 star 3 hash. Select party in the park, opt for the family park, confirm number of tickets, and wait for the prompt to make payment. It's really that simple, and we'll be jamming. We'll be jamming. Cooking competitions, treasure hunt, sack race, dancing competitions, FIFA Park. It's a lot. All right. And we're doing this in partnership with Frital Sunflower Oil, Fortune Rice, Enterprise Life, Petrosol, Syntex Tank, Safari Tissue, Niche Coca, Kiki Drinks, Lesh Fortune, You Fresh Drinks, as well as Yummy. Joy FM Family Party in the Park, creating memorable family moments. And one last thing, Electroland also here with huge discounts and free gifts. You can visit any Electroland showrooms and authorized dealer shops for all your needs in household, electrical and electronic goods. Wherever you live, there's an Electroland showroom or a dealer shop close to you. Just look out for Samsung Media, TCL and NASCO sign, and you are sure that your search is over. You can call 0503 159 739 for more information, or just go to electrolandgh.com. Check out all the products there. Electroland, home of luxury and affordable electronics. Now, this is one of the things that's caused a bit of a stir, and that's what we'll be talking about next here on the show. This is Chris Hughting, the Black Stars coach.
There are a lot of strong teams, a lot of strong teams, and the more I've been involved in African football now, you know, I think the days of, you know, maybe the same in Europe.
Is there an outsider that horse could go right through and surprise us?
There's so many good teams. Cameroon, Morocco, of course, for what they've done. Egypt for obvious reasons. Senegal because of what they've done. Ghana, I'd like to think Ghana because
come on, Ghana,
and we are next door. We will bring a good support. We are next door. Brilliant. And it's a long time since we've won it.
All right, so he said there are a lot of strong teams. He mentioned some of them, Senegal, Egypt, but he says Ghana are one of the favorites to win the AFCON. I asked that question. Does Chris have a point here? Daniel, are Ghana really favorites to win the AFCON vis-a-vis the decision to go and camp in South Africa? That's, you know...
Is that confirmed though? The South Africa campaign.
He said what?
Have they ever confirmed that they are going to South Africa?
They are going to South Africa. They will release a statement about it. Daniel, go on.
Fent, you have to, it's context. Listen to what Chris was saying and how he said it. He was mentioning other people's names and he realized that, if I don't say Ghana, Ghanaians will say that. No, that's how he said it.
No, it's true.
That's how, because you see, they asked him a specific question.
Yes.
Then he started mentioning who he thought were favorites. Then even when he said Ghana, he said, I would like to think that when you are going to a competition, you need to go with the mindset to win.
Yes.
You can't just go for going sake, which is true. So I don't think Chris was saying that when he looks at himself and he looks at his past result and the way things are going, he thinks
he genuinely believes they are favorites.
I don't think so. I think he was saying that he realized that actually if I finish this submission, I don't mention Ghana.
Yeah,
I'm finished. So that's how I saw it. But you see, friend, briefly, a number of things that happened around the Black Stars Chris Hughton this week.
Including the email I got, huh?
Including the email you got. Look, Tahiru, first of all, let's start off with the provisional squad list.
Yes, 55.
Look, I think a lot of people, and this is the fault of the media, there wasn't enough education about how that list came up.
Right.
It wasn't the FA who published the list.
No.
Every single participating country was to send CAF a list of players between, I think, was it 40 or 55. Basically,
maximum 55.
Maximum 55. Whoever you think will be, maybe by miracle, by who will be part of your squad, you add the name and bring. That first initial list is usually for administrative purposes. The first thing, same thing happened during the FIFA World Cup. Remember, there was this huge list. I think that one was a 55-man list.
It happens for the Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games.
Everywhere.
They call it long list.
Long list.
So they
send
prepare.
me so that we can prepare.
Yes.
CAF decided to publish it.
Yes.
And they published everybody's list.
Yes.
And then for Ghana, we took our own. So it's not like Chris Hughton sat down there and he's releasing a 55-man provisional list.
That's right.
So that list.
Are there people who genuinely believe that he has gone to release a 55-man squad?
Yeah, that's what people. Because
really?
The FA also published it
Shouldn't
too.
it be the coach's job to release that 55 provisional list?
Yeah, it's not.
No, he's not. The coach, to be fair, Daniel is making a point that there are people who think that he doesn't know his team yet, so he has gone to name 50. That's what I'm surprised at.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's at least from social media feedback. Okay. That's what I'm getting. That's what I was getting.
Like he's confused.
So he just named it. Secondly, when it comes to the inactive and the injured players on the list, look, what you want to do is, if they say 55, you just zwar all the names that you can think of and put it inside. You never know.
Named Daniel Koraneng inside.
You could have even named because I'm fit and I'm ready. It's just my hamstring that's giving me a bit of issues. But you see what you do, and look, if you look at across all the lists, in fact, the participating countries, there are several players who are injured. But you just put them inside. You never know what will happen. And CAF say 55. Yes, they may not be fit for it. That's cool. Out of the 55, there's 27. It's almost double. You get it? There's a 27-man list you are supposed to name.
That one cry. You have to take care of the other 4.
The other 4. So if you like, you can do 23. If you want to add a 4, that's cool. But you see, it's almost double. So it is not a must that all the 55 players must be players seriously under consideration for the AFCON.
True.
That's one. Secondly, also, look, you remember when Kwesi Appiah came back, his second stint, just around the time he left. It was around this time. Yeah, he left in at the end of
late 2019.
Yeah. In one of the press conferences, he made a statement where he said most national team managers work with a pool of players, and that pool can range from about 40 to 50 players. Now, you don't go looking at scouting 100 players. You scale it down to a certain number and then work around it.
And then people can come in.
In and out. So when it comes to this long list from the World Cup, when you speak to technical handlers, what they do is they just submit their pool of players. So they don't really think about it. What they know is that out of the 55 or out of the 60 or out of the 50, I'll be able to get 23 who are ready and fit. So CAF wants this list. Okay, fine. They just forward it to CAF. So it's not as deep as you think. So relax. Roberto De Zerbi, he needs to relax more.
The Brighton coach.
That answer was very arrogant.
For context sake, this is what De Zerbi said when he was asked about the inclusion of Tariq Lamptey in Ghana's 55-man squad.
And maybe the coach of Ghana doesn't watch the Premier League because I don't know how much time we are playing without Tariq Lamptey, and if he wants to play with Lamptey, I'm happy for Tariq, but I don't know because he's not available to play with Brighton. How can he play with Ghana?
We'll be sending the question. So he says Hughton, who qualified Brighton to the Premier League and doesn't watch the Premier League. That's the only reason you add Tariq Lamptey's name.
It's a very arrogant answer. And
Do you even think he knew it was Houghton who was in charge?
I don't think so. It just shows you how ignorant the Brighton PR team is, and I think they should have done a better job in briefing him.
That Brighton's coach and the Ghana's coach have not maybe even had a conversation about the player, because if the club knows, or the two managers are speaking about the player and how well the player is doing, if the player is maybe available, maybe he should know Chris Houghton.
Yeah,
that is if he doesn't know. If he doesn't know,
but like Daniel is saying, maybe Tariq wasn't even one of those under serious consideration.
So he shouldn't be part of the 55.
No, but
let Daniel finish. I have a different.
We just need to understand that it's a pool, and that pool, if a player gets injured very late into the tournament, that's the pool you go in and pick a player.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily just throw players out there.
So I was going to come there. I was going to say I don't agree with a lot of things Daniel said, but let him finish. Let him land, then I'll come.
You let me land.
Yeah.
So Deserve, that answer was very, very arrogant.
Okay.
I didn't like the posture of the answer. And for me, if the Brighton PR team had done a bit of briefing and education, he wouldn't have given that sort
of. He could
have
actually said the same thing differently.
Yeah. Completely differently. Now to the TalkSport appearance that Chris Houghton. No, I think you see, it's very important that we address it. And for me, I have a very
He's
different
been on
opinion.
there twice now since he got the job.
I have a very different opinion to what we are seeing. Don't let them deceive you into making Chris Houghton the enemy. He's under contract with the Black Stars.
Yes.
They approve every interview that he goes to do. Luckily, that top sports show, Jim White show, since the time he was at Sky, one of my favorite presenters. So if I'm home from 12 to 1, I listen. I stream YouTube, I will listen. So I knew Chris Houghton was going to make the appearance the following day. But they said he was going to talk about Newcastle and Brighton issues. That's what they told us. Then we are sitting there on, was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Then the Black Stars account and the GFA account post that Chris Houghton is going to talk about AFCON issues.
We should tune in.
That we should tune in. Now you see, this is simple communications and PR. When a 55-man, CAF has published a 55-man list, and Ghanaians are waiting for their coach to talk to them, that is a very poor move to make by allowing him or posting it like you have sent him there. Because if they hadn't posted it with that caption,
many Ghanaians would not even have.
We'll just hear him and he's probably talking about Brighton things, and that's cool because you come back and do a proper press conference. That one we know. But when you make him go there and post it like you have sent him to go into TalkSport and go, look, it makes him look very bad. And for me, it's a very poor PR move because I don't think they were ignorant about the issue. That's where I'm going. I think they knew what they were doing. By sending him on that day, in fact, posting with artwork, and the picture is nice. He's looking really good. Posting him like he's going to talk on TalkSport, because if you follow the whole interview, they spoke about Brighton Newcastle issues, and even the AFCON thing that they say he was going to talk about, it was linked to a Premier League topic.
Yes.
They didn't bring him there to come and talk about Ghana. They brought him there because he has knowledge on the Nottingham Forest issue that was going on.
Yes.
He had knowledge on
their coach.
Thank you. The Newcastle thing that is going on, Brighton, and then later on they spoke about the club and country thing when it comes to AFCON. So they knew why they brought him there.
Yes.
So he didn't send him there to go and talk about AFCON issues. Then he came to cause a thing like, we are in Ghana, we should go and watch TalkSport to hear our coach. It was a very, very bad PR move, and they shouldn't do that again.
To be fair, the GFA will come out and say that none of us asked to interview him. So in order to prevent that, I have sent a request. To
when did you send the request?
Please, the day you went to TalkSport.
Then we all sent a request. It be like I sent before he went.
Thank you. So we have sent a request. In fact, so now add S to the request.
Because in fact, I had requested for prime take, right? And I wanted to build up to the AFCON
to interview Chris Houghton, whether for prime take, for game plan, for sports zone.
We want Chris
Houghton for a Ghanaian media house. In fact, only Achuta Maklo, since he got the job, only one Ghanaian journalist has interviewed him. And Achuta Maklo is not a more serious person than I am. So me to have sent my request. So please, we are waiting to hear from.
I said that Achu is a joke.
No. He's serious. That's why you got him. But I'm saying that he's not more serious than me. So me too, I'll get him.
Because you're a joke. That's why you've not got it.
So that's fair enough. Daniel, finish up for me. Or if you are done, let me go to Sicho.
Oh, let's Sicho far away.
Yes, Sicho.
Yeah,
one of the favorites.
Ghana.
Yes.
I believe in miracles.
On paper, yes, but realistically, I don't think we are. But I mean, Christensen was always going to say, and then he puts the context there. But when he spoke about strong teams, and in fact, when he said we are very close to, it means we are close to Cote d'Ivoire. Lots of fans will go there, so we have a good backing and what have you.
Yeah.
But Chris has gone to. I mean, let me talk about the whole 55-man thing.
All right.
It is not any by heart job you can just do anyhow. That's 55-man call-up. It is not something you just take for granted and do it anyhow.
Okay.
You see, you have a country of many footballers.
Yes.
You are taking 55 players under serious considerations.
That's what it has to be.
That is what it is. That is what it has to be. That's what it is. You are taking 55 players under serious consideration. Because Fent, as we said, we don't know if Pate, Salis, Jordan, Kudus, and many other players will be fit at the time.
Because they are still playing club football.
So if they
injuries can happen.
If they are not fit at the time, we have to rely on some of those players in that list.
Yes, that's true.
So if you plan properly, you will realize that 55-man squad list, it is not
a serious business.
It is a serious in fact, anytime any coach anywhere has the opportunity of assembling a group of players for any purpose, that in itself tells on the coach's character towards the job. So if the perception and assumption is that it is a given, you are dropping some 55-man squad list for
that just happened to have your 23 in there.
Yes, for certain reasons, bro. That is where we start losing the AFCON. Because I'll tell you what, the last AFCON, Wakasu and Kudus were part of the 55-man squad.
Ended up going to the AFCON.
And we none of us questioned it because it's a mere formality. But when we went to the AFCON, the final 28.
Yeah, it was COVID year, so 20.
They were part of it.
Kudus couldn't come and Wakasu never.
Even Ten Hag said that it surprises him that Kudus is under consideration to play the AFCON.
In fact, I wrote to
Ten Hag and the comments are similar.
I wrote to Ajax and they responded and said the player was not available to.
Like what Ten Hag said, maybe because he spoke the Dutch and the people wrote it in English. We didn't hear it like
lost
the
in translation.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. But we didn't feel it like the Zebi said.
That there was an element of disrespect attached,
Ten Hag
right?
consistently made it look like Ghanaians are not serious to even be thinking that Kudus can play the AFCON. People might have forgotten, but that was only 2 years ago, I remember.
Yes.
And we took Wakaso there. Wakaso would have been part of the initial long list. He would have been part of the team that went for training, and now the team that was going to the AFCON. So it's a serious business when we have to submit that 55-man squad list, and we talk about it as if it be normal. Just do it.
There are 6 right backs in that list.
It doesn't matter.
Now, to be fair, Daniel, to what Sicho is saying, because club football is still ongoing now,
you can have
4 of them can actually get injured, and if they do get injured, you can't get anybody from outside the list. It has to be from. So that's why he's saying that the list has to be.
It's a serious matter.
It has to be of your best players.
Okay. Now, De Zerbi is the coach of Brighton, where Tariq Lamptey plays. If the club thinks that Tariq Lamptey won't be available to play football within the AFCON period, then they are probably frustrated that why is his country, and I think it's born out of frustration, because anytime Lamptey has come back to them, Charlie, the guy has brought value. People forget.
Oh yeah,
when Lamptey comes back,
he won player of the month.
He doesn't need time to settle low. Like, he's so important to that team.
Yeah.
And now that he's on rehab and nobody really knows, sometimes when players are injured, clubs can't even tell when they return. As we speak, nobody knows when Lamptey is fit. It's not out there. The club might know. They might have a date that maybe they've set. They might have a schedule for him. But if they think the player won't be fit enough to go for camping, to go for a tournament that will end in February, then they might be frustrated that why are you adding him to the list when you watch the Premier League and know that he hasn't played for the club for the last 2 months. What that tells me is that there hasn't been any consultation between club and country in producing that list.
You're saying that the players' clubs have not been spoken to, and the case in point is Brighton.
Yes, and if they had, I'm not sure De Zerbi says what he says.
That's a fair point.
Are you following me?
Yes.
So people are mentioning Sarr for Senegal. Listen, if Christensen also feels, or he starts conversations backdoor, and he feels that Lamptey can play 2 minutes of the AFCON if we get to the final, so he wants to take him there, he is within his rights.
Of course.
That is what Brighton also would have to know.
And that is where
that's what they don't like.
Yes,
that's what Chris told them, that they don't have a choice.
Remember,
and I agree.
Remember how we came after the team doctors when they went to AFCON and were like they should send back some of the players who were injured.
Yes.
It means the team doctors too will be answerable for allowing
an injured
player to go for the tournament.
Yes, but if the manager thinks, like in the case of Senegal, the doctors knew, the fans knew, the players knew, those who were dropped for Sarr to be on the Jets knew that the boy won't play till semis. Even in the semis, he might not even start, but the boy will go.
Yeah.
And he played and they won it. If Houghton thinks that Lamptey can play even a minute as a substitute in the final game, if Ghana gets there and wants to take the lad to the AFCON, he has the right to do so. So for me, I'm not going to sit here and say what Zebi said was very wrong, or what Chris is, or what Ghana adding Lamptey to the list is very wrong. My question, my matter is simple. Let's not treat that list as just some work that can be brushed aside and just be submitted.
No, but Sitsofe, there's one thing too we need to understand. Before each member participating country in a tournament is allowed access to a player, you have to write to the club of the player.
No, but you see, Muftawu, this list
to
is
release
not
the player.
invitation. No, this list is not invitation.
No, this is different.
No, relax.
Relax. This list is different.
Relax.
This list is not inviting the players.
You will not just write. When is the tournament starting?
It's in
January 13th.
Yes.
January 13th.
Yes.
You need to give them about 14 days.
No. Yes, that's
notice.
2 weeks. No. We are
2 weeks notice.
They
They will release the players 2 weeks to the start of the tournament, 14 days to the start of the tournament.
Yes.
So, for instance, let's say that Ghana Football Association wants to have Tariq Lamptey for the tournament. They can at least check up with Tariq Lamptey or Brighton.
Absolutely.
And find out, is the player okay?
I agree.
Can we extend an invite?
Especially when we've not seen him play recently.
I remember when I wrote to Ajax.
We need to talk
year.
about Super League. Ajax is gone.
Yeah.
Kudus Mohammed's situation is past.
Super League.
Yes. Sitsofe, briefly.
Quick.
Now, the European Court of Justice has ruled that UEFA were unlawful in threatening to throw out clubs and stop them from creating or joining their own league. All right.
Yeah.
The clubs that withdrew or indicated their intention to withdraw from the initial brouhaha have reaffirmed their positions and saying the ruling changes nothing for them.
Yes.
They are still going ahead with the process to leave. Real Madrid and Barcelona are standing on their feet and saying this competition will happen.
Yeah.
And A22, the company assigned to create the competition or the Super League, has even come up with a new competition, a new format and everything. There are people that are saying, you know what? Yeah, it's just noise. Because these clubs, if they don't join the Super League, it won't happen. Barcelona and Real Madrid alone can't make it happen.
Right.
Where do we stand? In fact, Alexander Cheffrin, the UEFA president, made mockery of it and said, also the two of them can create their own Super League. Yes. You have about 2 minutes.
It is money. It is money.
Okay.
UEFA do not care about the fans. They don't care about the footballers. It is money. Those who are creating the Super League have consistently made the point clear that it is about money. And the fact that the current generation are sick and tired of watching baseless, in quotes, games. And this season's Champions League group stage actually confirmed it. There were many fixtures that globally people were not interested in watching in the group.
Yeah, the last round of match, apart from the AC Milan group, Newcastle group, the rest of it.
There were many games based on how teams in leagues that are not necessarily doing one, don't have the pool, that are going to put the eyeballs and money, have qualified for the Champions League, and teams that otherwise would have brought money and eyeballs have not.
Who should go and watch Young Boys and Resta?
So what Real Madrid and Co have said is that this generation needs the teams to be competitive at every time. They want to see the big teams competing against each other often. Now here's the thing. The Champions League that UEFA are trying to protect so much, UEFA didn't create the Champions League. It was a similar thing. In fact, when the Champions League was about to be formed, the reaction and the blowback.
It was like this, no.
It was like this. And when Santiago Bernabeu, at the time the president of Real Madrid, was traveling from Spain to go to France to hold a meeting to get the Champions League to come to fruition, the then General Franco was blocking him at the airport that he still went ahead, and then they created it. In fact, all the English teams said they wouldn't play. Di Stefano then convinced Man United to join the party. And so when you look at the history between Man United and Real Madrid and how close they are in friendship, it was all born from those things. And when United joined, gradually they joined. I'm saying that the reason why UEFA is pushing back on this is because if they create this new league, UEFA's cash cow is collapsing, which is the Champions League. Now, friends, ask yourself that why was UEFA keen on changing the format on the Champions League?
Reforming the Champions League.
They were reforming it so that we would see more big games throughout the competition.
Yeah.
And that was the idea. In fact, the new form.
It was admission that the former format was nonsense.
Yes, and also the new format of the Champions League is the same format that the similar format the Super League proposed initially when they came.
That's right. You know what, Sicho?
Yeah.
But
this one, this time.
We need time.
But it's a developing story. So
no. Next Friday we'll be back here.
Fantastic.
On the 29th.
Fantastic.
We'll be back here. It's Friday.
Yeah.
We'll be back here. Daniel Cranton, what's your problem? We'll be back here. We'll talk about
because this is a Christian. Because this is a Christian period. Have you seen him on a Friday radio had that before? You come and do it to Karim.
Let me take a couple of messages. Chris Hutton should not raise our hope. Black Stars need miracle to win the AFCON. That Della in Madrid. The Pep Guardiola from La Paz, bedroom Pep Guardiola. He says, Merry Christmas to you all. I hope to see you next year. This one says, I'm enjoying your show. Merry Christmas to Joy Sports team. That's Stanley in Achimota. Nitojo from Tema Newtown also says GFA is wasting money. Why camp outside of Ghana? It's been lovely coming your way with another episode, of course, of Game Plan here at 99.7 Joy FM and Hits 103.9. My name is Fentuo, Tahiru Fentuo. I wish you the merriest of Christmas. Thank you so much for always making time to join us on this show. We love all of you and we wish you and your families a great holidays. Do enjoy. We're back again next Friday. Until then, cheers.